Barbados, get up.
Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday, the 15th of January, 2025. I am Pearson Bowen. Good to have you company wherever you are. Thanks to all of you who are also watching us on our streams. Great to have you company as well. Continue to engage with yourselves, continue to engage with us. And we're sharing already with you on our screens the ways in which you can do so. So take a good look. If you want to send us an email, you will send your email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Simple Simon May the Pieman. And of course, you can watch us on our YouTube page and on our website, cbc.bb. So it's Wednesday. Could you believe it? It's already the 15th of January, the middle of the month. A time is really waiting on no man. Now, coming up today, I want to share with you a video we found that shows how one man got to enjoy that fruit that you talked about yesterday when you shared with us, when we asked you a simple question. You mentioned breadfruit as one of those things that you'd love to eat for the rest of your life. Well, one man found it and he is ready to eat it too for the rest of his life. So we'll share that with you in just a moment. Now, the year-long We Gathering has begun, and it's gathering steam parish to parish. St. Lucy is the focus this month of January. And very soon we'll be talking a bit more about that with them from St. Lucy as well. But there's a big competition that's been going on as well with the BTMI. What's cooking? We will tell you how that is going to play out and how you can be a part of it. So do not miss it, because there's an opportunity coming to a location near you very, very soon. This is what we're calling Wellness Wednesday. So today we want to focus a little bit on not just overall health, but men's health and women's health. So when the men's organization joins us, we'll hear from them what they're focusing on. And our friend Dr. John Barker will join us as well as we look at vulval disorders. Women don't shudder. Vulval disorders. We'll talk to you a little bit more about that and some of the solutions that for those of you who may be having any one of those disorders, you can find. It's the third edition of the BIM T10 cricket competition. It has now concluded. The winners will join us this morning, as well as the tournament directors, to hear more about how that went. So listen up for that. And we'll share with you some new music from a new artist who is going to share with you this morning the rhymes of the times. And as you know, as I do it, I ask questions early in the morning of you. So it's time for you to get drawn near to your phone now to call me on 228-5562 or 228-5563. Let's get those brains ticking and going. Here is your first question of today. That question is so simple, for real. It's a simple riddle. Look, it's right there on your screen. The question is, I am easy to lift, but hard to throw. Who or what am I? I am easy to lift, very hard to throw, you better believe it. Who or what am I? And it's not Pearson. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Call me now, wherever you are, and let me know your answer, your thinking. I am easy to lift, but hard to throw. Who or what am I? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Discuss among yourselves, come up with an answer, and call me and let me know your answer right now, for real. Simple riddle. I am easy to lift, but hard to throw. Who or what am I? I almost gave the answer away. It was on the tip of my tongue to tell you, but nope. So my technical director is already coming up with answers, but he is so wrong. I am easy to lift, but very hard to throw. Who or what am I? 228-5562 or 228-5563. One guess that came into my ear just now was a piece of thread. Might be right, but not the answer I'm looking for. 228-5562 or 228-5563. What have you come up with? Call me now. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Pearson.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm well, thank you for asking. Are you looking forward to Wednesday today?
To Wednesday?
Today.
Yeah.
What's your plan for today?
I will have physiotherapy online with the therapist.
Oh, okay. Have you had your breakfast already?
Not yet.
What's keeping you back?
It's really early in the morning.
You see the time? Have you seen the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's no after 6.
Correct. And already morning has broken. Girl, get up and get some breakfast here. As the old people say, bread the air. Listen.
I will do that later.
All right. So the question is, I am easy to lift, very hard to throw. Who or what am I?
I would say someone's spirits.
Someone what?
Someone's spirits. Make them feel better.
Or to lift someone's spirits. Oh, how can you throw someone's spirits?
If you say something to make them feel bad or.
Okay. Or to dash their spirits. I got you now. What's your name? Your first name?
Kerry.
Kelly.
Kerry.
Kerry, what parish are you watching us from?
St. Michael.
Kerry, you're dead wrong.
Okay.
Thank you here. All right, Kerry, thanks a lot. Kerry of St. Michael, she got the ball rolling, but she is so wrong, so off the beat of this answer, I'm telling you. 228-5562 or 228-5563, but she's a good girl, and she has physiotherapy a little later on. Have you had your breakfast yet? Come, call me, 228-5562 or 228-5563. It's not spirits, as Kerry just suggested. So what is your thought? What's your thought to the answer? I am easy to lift, but hard to throw. Who or what am I? Let that brain pour some energy into you right now. Good morning, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Call me right now for real. It's not cotton ball, as one person here said. It is not a piece of thread, as another person here said. It is not spirits, as Kerry just called to say. What's your thought? What is it really? Who or what is it? It's not piercing because they're real heavy. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Right, 228-5563. They're telling me these crazy things about here. 228-5562 or 228-5563. What is it? I am easy to lift, but hard to throw. Who or what am I? None of y'all know? I am not giving up. You guys know me. I'm a little stubborn where that's concerned. I'm not giving up. Work on it. A little later on, I'll check in with you to see what you've worked out. Now, yesterday when we asked the question, or somebody's calling, so they tell me to hold on just a moment. So come, let me hear you now. I am easy to lift, hard to throw. Who or what am I? I'm easy to lift, hard to throw. Who or what am I? Let's see if we could. Can I take this? Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Oh, I am well. You are sounding so bright and alert. Who's calling?
Christopher.
Is this Christopher who?
Christopher Wall.
Christopher Wall.
Yeah.
W-A-L-L?
Yes, please.
Isn't that an unusual name, Christopher? W-A-L-L?
Yes, please.
Do they tease you at school about your last name?
Yes.
What do they say?
That I'm a wall, actually.
Yeah, you are a wall.
Yeah.
But that's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
What school do you go to?
St. Michael's School.
The St. Michael School. You're in
Yes.
secondary school.
Yes, please.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
Oh, so you're in second form, is it?
First.
Oh, you're still in first form. You're one of those 11-year-olds that go up there. Okay. So how is school going for you, Christopher?
It's going well.
All right. Are you happy being at St. Michael's School?
Yes, please.
What is it about the St. Michael's School that thrills you?
Well, the friends, some of the teachers, basketball.
Oh, you're into sport.
Yes, please.
Well done, Christopher. How is it transitioning? Because now you're doing languages, right?
Yes, please.
Which is your favorite language, foreign language?
French.
Ah, parlez-vous français?
Yeah.
Bet you can't answer me in French.
Nope.
No problem, Christopher. So tell me, Christopher, what do you think is the answer? I am easy to lift, hard to throw. Who or what am I?
I think it's tissue.
You think it's what? Tissue?
Yes, please.
You know, in theory, you're kind of right, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. But well done, Chris. Well done. Have a great day at school, okay?
Thanks.
You're very welcome. I love it. Christopher Wall. Oh, I know. I wish we could have given it to him. But oddly enough, when he said Christopher, he sounds very much like one of my godchildren, Christopher. So I thought it was Christopher my godson who was calling me just a moment ago. So I started to tell you, when you responded to our question yesterday, which was, if there was one food you could eat every day for the rest of your life, what would that be? A number of you said breadfruit, and in all of its iterations. And as it would happen, we stumbled across a video from 2023 of a visitor to our island. His name is David. And so David was on the case. Let's show you what David discovered.
And right here we have breadfruit. So you just cut it like in half?
Yeah, not necessarily cut it open, but just slice it that way. It's a bit much more fast and easier.
Oh, so it cooks really fast, right? Wow. And over here, we have the fire. And guys, I have to have these goggles on because I do not want to cook my eyeballs again. Look at that, the breadfruit is toasting. So he just cut it, no, you didn't cut it in half, you like just slid it through, right? Just like a little cut, right? So that it could cook really quick. Because if not, that outer layer is super, super thick. Wow, I've never seen it before in my life, man. So man, how long does it take to cook?
Roughly 25 to half an hour.
Okay.
Well, this is a breadfruit. Starchy, large fruit. We don't ever really eat it raw. You can roast it like what we're doing here, bake it, fry it. Some people do it thin. You got some nice breadfruit chips, kind of like potato chips, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
kind of a staple of Caribbean, and I think places in South America, maybe Central America as well.
So I've had it in Guyana, I've had it in Trinidad. It is amazing. I actually love it compared to like cassava or, you know, potatoes. This is way better. It's just tastier, you know? And I've never had it like this. So they roast it, then they let it, so it's 30 minutes here, and let it cool down. After this, they're gonna build it, right? So they're gonna open it up, and they're gonna fill it up with like some condiments, right? It's a bunch of stuff. Awesome, he has so many here. He has like 20 more to go, and he's adding more wood to that fire. Look at this roast. Wow, just popping, everything's popping in here. It's so hot. Oh wow, see that? I'm gonna follow you. All right, let's go. Wow, look at that, it's still steaming.
So this is why we're yellow meat, because the flesh inside is nice and yellow.
And this is this type of breadfruit? Got it.
So what we do, just take out the heart, because this is the part that you can't eat.
So we cannot eat the heart.
You can't eat the heart. So you're gonna put some butter on top, and then after that, then you have your fillings.
Let's go. Hey, some butter on top.
Here we liquefy our butter. We have mellow cream, which is a salted butter, and then this one is just plain regular butter. It's actually margarine, but in Barbados we call everything butter.
Oh, it's margarine.
It's margarine, yeah.
Okay.
And the mellow cream, this is a traditional way to eat roast breadfruit in Barbados. Mellow cream and roast breadfruit are best friends. So
you're gonna put this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna just put that on. Just another scoop. And what I'm gonna do is let you taste it with the butter.
Just like that?
First. Yeah.
So mix it in?
Yep. Just gonna give it a good mix up. The mellow cream is gonna be salty.
Ooh, that bit?
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh my god, it feels like cheese. Oh, it's amazing. Smokiness to it. Oh man, love the butter.
So you can literally just eat it like that.
I mean,
And then
I could.
with the toppings.
But we need the toppings, right? They're delicious. I'm really filling.
It is. It's a belly full.
It's a belly full.
So it's pickled saltfish with cucumbers, tomatoes, sweet peppers, lime juice.
It reminds me of like a ceviche.
Kind of like a ceviche, yeah.
Perfect. So you're gonna put it on top? Ready. It's amazing. Okay, that's it?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so it's ready. And this is with the bojol.
Bojol, yeah.
Bojol. So salted fish with cucumbers, tomato. I mean, it looks amazing. It's like a fish salad, but more moist, right? Not like mayo or anything like that.
Go ahead. She need to get cheese.
All right, guys. It's time to feast, guys. Bojol, right? So salted fish, like basically salad, mixed with this incredible breadfruit. Wow. It's so refreshing, crunchy. It's amazing. He's been talking about it for days. He's like, you have to eat this. All the mix, the butter, the breadfruit, and this. It's refreshing. It's filling. Wow. That butter, unreal. So it reminds me like how, you know, people have poke bowls in the States.
Yep.
Similar concept, right? But very different. So what are you getting?
Probably the smoked herring and the pickled pigtails.
Smoked herring?
Yeah.
Oh. The only reason I didn't do the pigtails because there's a little bit of bones in it, you know? It's the only thing.
Slobbering all over.
Super hard. I'm gonna destroy this. I have not eaten breakfast. This is how I break my fast. The smokiness is so good. Wow. It's like so tropical, right? Look at that. Monster. Oh, you gotta be careful. It's super hot. If you touch the outer layer right here, it's still on fire, bro. That's how you know it's fresh. Oh. You know, there's literally that for. And you have to go in here and like do all that, right? Scoop it. I love how much butter she put in here. She like drowned it in butter. Amazing breakfast. Yellow meat. The reason it's called yellow is because the yellow meat of the breadfruit, right?
Listen, he makes eating food sound so fun. Honestly, you heard it in every experience. And we're going to be talking food in just a moment. Actually, joining me right now, Peter, if you can help me out here, because joining me right now is my friend, my former co-host, and I'll tell you who all other positions she holds in just a moment. Miss Belle Holder. Belle, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Pearson. Good morning, Barbados. It's always good to come along home to Morning Barbados, you know.
Correct. It is so
it's
true.
So fun.
You're looking so fresh as the morning sunrise.
Do I really?
You do. I know it's a little early, right?
You know what? But I still enjoy waking up early in the morning and the drive-in. You always kind of feel like you have a little bit of access to Barbados that most Barbadians don't. That hour in the morning.
Yes.
But I really do miss interacting with you guys, the Morning Barbados audience. But every time I step into the studio, onto the Morning Barbados set, it still feels like
just
coming
yesterday.
home.
That's
it really
right.
does.
That's right.
And then I came in and I realized Pearson is hosting today, so it really is like coming home.
It is truly. And all of these things we'll be talking about in just a moment.
That's right.
I have a question. I have a caller on the air I want to take the answer from as well. The question to you, Belle, is I am easy to lift, but hard to throw. Who or what am I?
Myself?
Good answer, but dead wrong. Caller, good morning. Let's see if we can get this worked out for Belle. Hello.
Easy to lift, but
Hi, good morning.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's your first name and what parish are you watching us from?
I'm not really watching, but my name is Ken Farrell, and I'm from Christchurch.
Okay, Mr. Christchurch. What's your answer?
I can lift my head, but I can't throw it.
Good answer, right, Belle?
see, right? It linked to kind of where my head was going as well.
Yeah. I can lift my head, but I can't throw it. Good answer, but Mr. Christchurch,
Yes.
would you want me to tell you that you're right or wrong? Which is it?
Whatever you have.
I want you to pick one for me. Which one do you want me to tell you?
I depend on you because I don't know what you want.
I feel like Mr. Christchurch.
Although I'm right, you may have a different answer.
Might be, but listen to what Belle has to say to you.
No, I was going to say I'm hoping Mr. Christchurch is wrong for saying, for calling in and then saying you're not watching. That makes no sense to me.
So
No, the reason why I'm not watching Belle is because if I watch, then I would be interfering with you. So I was watching and then I came out.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Mr. Christchurch is quick.
So Belle, I accept your apology.
Sincere apologies are being offered.
Got you. Mr. Christchurch, you are dead wrong.
Okay.
Thank you for calling. All right. There we go. So we have more to come up, Belle.
Something you can lift, but you cannot. Easy to lift, but difficult to throw.
Difficult to throw.
Okay, I'm going to give that some thought. But we want you to stay with us here on CBC TV 8 Morning Barbados, because when we come back, we're going to be talking the journey to the Barbados Food and Rum Festival. It's a year-long journey going from parish to parish. Our first stop is St. Lucie. You don't want to miss this segment. We'll be right back.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 25 minutes now after 6 o'clock. I stand because I'm in good company, yes, but I'm also going to be talking a little bit more about what happens in the kitchen. What's cooking, everybody? That's because the BTMI is engaged with the regathering activity for the entire, as you would have heard Belle said before we went to break. And yes, Belle is here, but Belle is here as the Public Relations Manager and Manager for Corporate Communications with the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. Belle, good morning.
Good morning again, Pearson. Thank you for having me.
And you brought along with you?
That's right. So we have Chef Kiara Riley, and Kiara, of course, has been with the Food and Rum Festival for quite some time. But for regathering, Kiara is heading to St. Lucie on Arabara Day.
Yes.
Tell us why, Kiara.
So we have a competition coming up. So it is a competition where you have all amateur community cooks. So we're looking at getting our granny, our aunties, our uncles, our dads to take part in this competition so that in December they can take part in the final competition.
Oh, fantastic.
Listen, if my father was alive, my father
what
would
was
have
his
been in
favorite
this.
dish?
Anything. Daddy's just really good at doing anything.
What's yours? What's your specialty?
What do I like to eat?
No.
What do I like
What's
to cook?
the one thing that you like, okay, Pearson did this, so everybody's going to love it?
Well, you know what it was. You remember the rice?
Not the sticky rice with the sappy green peas.
There you go. Well, I'm
Right?
really good at macaroni pie.
Okay.
But I can't enter the competition because that's unfair to a lot of people.
That's how I feel about what my children refer to as my luxury mashed potatoes. I have
Really?
you would think that mashed potatoes is such a simple, a simple dish, but there are some secret ingredients that make people coming back for more. That's my specialty. Kiara, I know you probably have many specialties. So in addition to the cooking competition, we also want to talk about what's happening on Arabara Day, which is coming up on Tuesday. It's a national holiday for all of us. And we all know that, of course, Arabara also threw down in the kitchen,
Yes,
right?
indeed.
And so this is an opportunity to showcase home cooks. It's not a competition for people like Kiara. Right. It's a competition, as she said, for your auntie, your uncle, that person that you know makes a really fantastic dish. They have to, of course, use local produce, a fish dish or a meat dish, and all is so simple to enter. So we're going to talk about cooking first, and then we're going to talk about what Kiara was doing. So cooking is happening. The first competition will be in St. Lucie on the 25th of January. But first, you have to go online to foodandrum.com, click on cooking. It's so simple to enter. There's no cost to enter, and all you have to do is upload a photo of your favorite dish along with the recipe. We have professional judges who are professional chefs, and they will select 3 finalists, and then those finalists will compete in St. Lucie on the 25th of January. And then, of course, the big showdown, as Chef Kiara mentioned, is going to happen in December, but you're going to be winning prizes all along. So month to month in each parish, you're going to be able to win, and then Barbados will come together as we always do, and the best parish will win in December.
So all the information is on your screen, or was just on your screen a moment ago. I hope you've captured all of that. And before we end today, we will repeat for you so that you understand what you need to do. But Chef Kiara, you have been in competitions across the region.
Please.
How has that experience been for you?
It's always an eye-opener. It's always a pleasure to have the experience to represent such a beautiful island, one of the best in the world. So it is really just a joy. I love cooking, so being able to actually have my passion showing what I love to do, it is great.
And so you brought your passion to the table this morning.
Yes.
What's here, and what can I do with what's here?
Okay, so here we have the basic ingredients that we will all have in our home. Some flour, some sugar, some sweet potatoes, peppers.
She's got local produce.
Local produce. So then we have, here we'll be doing plating of bakes and saltfish.
Oh, nice.
It's morning.
Yes.
Why not have bakes and saltfish for breakfast?
So I'm going to tilt this up so they can see.
Yes.
So the bakes are already done. That looks yummy. And then we've got
some frizzled saltfish.
All right. And then you brought along some microgreens as well.
Yes.
Okay. So
what is that?
Micros.
He doesn't know anything about microgreens. You heard what he said? He likes macaroni pie.
Yes. Okay.
Right. So, so Kiara, once you start plating, because this is also Kiara's going to give you tips on when you put together your plate to take the photo to enter cooking, the best way to do that and the best way to present. Right. Okay. Go ahead. All right, so Kiara is you can have the opportunity. So the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. is so fantastic and exciting, always, Pearson, to be able to showcase Barbados. We are, of course, the culinary capital of the Caribbean.
Yes.
And so in maintaining that, the BTMI is making sure that this year's Food and Rum Festival is a year-long journey going into the communities. So coming up on Arabara Day, we're going to have a Food and Rum pop-up.
Right.
Absolutely free. Come on down to St. Lucie.
Archers Bay.
That's right. Thank you, Pearson. Archers Bay from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's the St. Lucie Family Food and Fun Day. And Chef Kiara is going to be there. She'll be there along with mixologist Alex Chandler. So he's coming into the show on Friday, by the way, so you'll get to have some fun with him. And it's going to be a tasting. Did I mention it's free?
No, but I'm glad you did.
So whatever fantastic meal that Chef Kiara does on Arabara Day, which is this coming Tuesday, mark it on your calendars, will be a free tasting. That's right.
Boy. So that's why we're coming in our droves to Archers Bay in St. Lucie on Tuesday coming Arabara Day. And we're doing almost like Arabara, just with lots of love. You're pouring in the love.
That's right.
That's what makes it tasty.
Arabara had a reputation for being in the kitchen. He was a fantastic cook, but he hated cleaning up.
Here's his brother.
Kiara, there are rules around that. Please tell our home cooks when they get to competition level on January 25th what they need to be mindful of.
You clean as you go.
You
Clean
should
as you go.
You should see my sink.
Same.
Honestly.
Same.
It makes it easier.
Clean as you go. So remember, go to foodandrum.com, click on Recooking, fill out the entry form. Come on, St. Lucie. We want to see you representing the North. All you have to do is upload a photo of your recipe and a picture of the finished plate, and
Like
you have
this.
the opportunity to win.
Like this. Like what
Exactly.
Chef Riley just did. Look at that. Look at that. And it's as simple as bakes and fish and saltfish.
Yes,
Saltfish and bakes. Sprinkled with that thing. What's it called again?
Microgreens.
Microgreens.
Do you want to eat some?
Yes, please.
No, I'm good. I'm
Microgreens?
good.
Are you
I'm
sure?
good. I'm positive.
Okay. But did you notice that Chef Kiara, you scooped
ducked
out?
it, yeah.
Yes.
Why?
So
You're wasting bakes.
we're not wasting them. You can eat them while we're still preparing.
Okay.
But what I have here in the frizzled saltfish, I have my onions, my herbs, my garlic, but I also have a little trick that my granny used to do. When she made soup, what she used to do, if there's soup left over for the next day, she used to remove the sweet potato and fry it on morning.
Seriously?
I've
Yes.
never done that.
So
Who would have thought?
the flavors that you would get, you're going to get from the
Right.
soup. So what I did, I incorporated that now into my saltfish. So you're not wasting any food.
Okay.
You might not want soup the next day, but you're having a breakfast meal.
Yeah, but your soup wouldn't have potato the next day.
We have dumplings.
What do you love about St. Lucie?
St. Lucie, I love that when you drive around, you actually see the crops being grown or someone in the garden early picking their tomatoes, their okras, or you seeing a bed of thyme, marjoram in abundance.
You're from St. Lucie.
Fantastic. She lives in St.
I
Lucie.
live in St. Lucie.
Yes, Lucy. Who? St. Lucie. So you live in St. Lucie. Where in St. Lucie are you?
Chance Hall.
Girl, you are so close to where I'm from.
You guys have lost
For
me.
real. I didn't know her.
Let's turn left by the Aki tree.
Correct. I passed by the brown house. So there you go. So you're heading in the right direction now.
So we know we're getting a lot of clicks on the website for people who are interested in entering the competition,
Yes.
but you need to make the next steps in Lucy and fill in your information. So you've got time. So the next couple of days, because
Yes.
we've extended the deadline for St. Lucie to enter until the 17th of January, and everybody else from all the other parishes, you can jump on and start entering
Right.
from now. But you know, St. Lucie is first. They're setting the tone.
Always.
So remember to go on to foodandrum.com, click on Recooking, fill out the information, save the date for January 25th, because I'm sure everybody that enters wants the opportunity to be on
Right.
that big stage, because the chefs are going to pick just 3 finalists to compete for St. Lucie.
Okay. So what do we need to do when we register?
So what you need to do, so of course you have to be resident in St. Lucie,
Right.
whichever parish you're currently living in, so you need proof of address,
Yes,
right?
mhm.
That's the parish that you're going to represent. So don't think that you live in St. Michael and you're going to try to go and win in St. Lucie. It does not work like that. You're going to be representing your particular parish. So you will need a proof of address, of course, and then the actual competition element is to take a picture of a dish that you made. Pearson, don't let your sister make it and try
All
to enter
right.
with
She
it.
taught me out again.
A picture of a dish that you made along with the ingredients,
Yes.
and the professional chefs will pick a top 3 based on those photos and recipes. We'll pick a top 3 to represent St. Lucie on January the 25th. Now remember, you also have the opportunity on January 21st to see Chef Kiara and whatever fantastic. She told me she's already got her menu plan.
Sweet.
And and your sweet potato will be featured.
Yes, please.
So tell us a little bit more about
that's why
the
this is
featured
here.
element.
So I will be doing a play on pudding and sauce.
She had me.
You
at
got
pudding
me
and
good.
I was doing a play on pudding and sauce, but with a twist.
Oh.
So it would be 2 items were chosen, and it was sweet potato and fish.
Okay.
Fish.
Fish.
Put it in a
With pudding and
sauce.
sauce.
Yes, please.
That works.
It works. You can do it with
Well, we'll
chicken
find
as
out
well.
on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. So come along down to Archer's Bay in St. Lucie.
You picking the fish.
Come along down to Archer's Bay in St. Lucie on Tuesday. You'll be there, and you can experience what I have to offer.
Oh, fantastic.
So explain all of this to me, though. All of these will go into that recipe you're talking about?
Come on Tuesday,
Cheese
you'll
on
find out.
breaders.
But if you think about it, Pearson, have you ever tried making pudding and sauce?
I've never tried
I think
it, no.
everything here can go into a pudding and sauce dish except the plantain.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out if this
Might be
was...
surprised.
You might be surprised.
All right,
I
surprises.
like that.
Surprises. So Tuesday in St. Lucie is when we come to sample Chef Riley's fantastic pudding and sauce.
Yes.
Done with a twist. She twists everything. And you have until Friday, Belle, the deadline, to get your entry in.
Right. So remember, there are two elements going on here. So on January the 21st, which is this coming Tuesday, Arrow Barrow Day, come on down to Archers Bay in St. Lucie. It's the St. Lucie Family and Fun Day. We're going to enjoy the legacy, of course, of one of Barbados' national heroes and celebrate with everybody in the North. Chef Kiara Riley will be there along with mixologist Alex Chandler. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. There are going to be lots of sampling, so it's free. You don't want to miss it, right? Simple. And then remember, the competition, though, We Cooking, that's going to be happening in St. Lucie, is happening at Checker Hall Playing Field, and that's part of the big flea market. To enter St. Lucie, you got to go online to foodandrum.com and take a picture of your best dish along with the information that they're requesting. It's free to enter, but lots of amazing chances to win every single month, and of course the huge big prize that will happen in December.
All right, guys, this is fantastic. I'll take my right now.
I'll take mine to go. I'll take mine. Yeah.
And we'll have a good time. So, Belle, thank you. Good as always to
too.
share the set with you. Please feel free to come back. Before the end of January.
Okay.
Chef Riley, it's fantastic to see you as well. They're telling me the airport so you can leave the show. Belle will take it from here. I might very well take you up on your offer, folks. But have a good day today. Thank you so much and all the best with the competition as well. All right. Morning Barbados continues in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it. Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
18 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock. I am thrilled because it took years for me to meet this man, Dr. John Barker, in the flesh. We've done this through technology for so long.
Yes,
good
please.
to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
A happy new year.
Same to you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Today we're looking at something called vulval disorders.
Yes, please.
And I know the women are shuddering. They're probably clinching.
Yes, please. Yes,
so
please.
what are some of these vulval disorders that you're talking about?
Right. Most of the time, the vulval disorders essentially encompass the vulva, which is the what we would call the lips down below. Yeah. And usually it's a very touchy subject because a lot of people feel embarrassed, may feel ashamed, and then sometimes it might compromise sexual function. So then there's some psychological issue to it as well too. So sometimes patients might not reveal that they might be getting issues down below till like halfway through the consultation. Yeah.
So what causes these?
Right, so it's a varying amount of factors. So the most common one would be like a yeast infection, which would affect down below. So essentially what it would complain of could be a vaginal discharge. Sometimes it can have like itching, or sometimes it can have a discoloration of the anatomy down below. So when we actually have a look in our examination, we just have to make sure to rule that out. Sometimes it can have other symptoms as well. Sometimes it can have actual mass down below. So in terms of the most important things, the common things would be like yeast infection. Sometimes you can have something called lichen sclerosis. Now the issue with that is that has a 3% risk of cancer. So then the follow-up for that is a pretty long time, and essentially what we have to do is take a biopsy to actually rule that out, because that's the most important thing to rule out. Sometimes the patient might have dermatitis, which is essentially the skin down below is actually allergic to urine.
Right.
But urine is the most common allergen, especially in the older age group. So these can range from mild irritation to severe irritation. Sometimes all the scratching and stuff can make it infected as well too. So sometimes it isn't the best when you actually look at it.
Is it simply bad hygiene, or what can just happen?
Right. So in terms of dermatitis, you gotta remember that if you're being exposed to urine, most of the time you might have on a pamper. So as a result, if you don't change your pamper regular and it sits for a while, then it you will get the allergic reaction to it.
So baby girls can be exposed to this kind of challenge?
It's similar like to a nappy.
Older people.
Yeah. So it's similar to like a nappy rash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So essentially what you have to do is to use barrier protection. So say like paraffin or say like Vaseline to create a barrier between the pamper, urine, and the actual vulva, and then have to treat with steroids to decrease the inflammation and stuff.
Is the treatment in itself long? Does it take long to heal?
No, usually within 3 to 4 days you can see some resolution. Usually by a week or two is usually resolved.
But it's very uncomfortable.
Yes, please.
Women, I don't envy you at all. And you talked about the yeast infection.
Yes.
What's the timeline in terms of resolution once identified?
Right. So usually what we treat with is a cream, which would be like antifungal cream, or sometimes you can take an oral cream. So that usually takes within a week to resolve as well. The issue would come if you have recurrent infections, so then you have to dig a bit deeper. Sometimes you might have to treat the partner most of the time. Sometimes you might have to check for like diabetes and stuff, because that will cause some immunocompromise as well too. So then you have to just make sure that you investigate to see what would be the underlying factor.
You said the immuno, and therefore immune disorders. How does that play into people with vulval disorders?
Right. So the disorders, which would be like lichen sclerosis, lichen planus. So essentially, what happens is that your immune system attacks the cells on the skin, and then as a result of that reaction, sometimes it can get thickening of the skin itself. Sometimes it can get loss of the architecture down below. So instead of having like a clitoris and the labia, they all actually fuse together. So sometimes you can not have like the introitus present, and then sometimes that can cause urinary issues because the urine can't get out.
It backs up, so to speak.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it in layman's language because we use these technical terms. So it backs up, and that creates other kinds of problems.
Other issues, yeah.
Oh my word. So what's the solution to that? Right.
So essentially, in the early stages, you can use the same steroids to actually decrease the inflammatory response. Sometimes you have to use like the paraffin and like different stuff like that to create the barrier. And sometimes you have to use different soaps as well. If the introitus becomes, which is the opening of the vagina, becomes stenosed, usually we would only try to open it up if it's actually nearly closed off. But we cannot actually cut out the abnormal tissue. All right. Now the reason for that is that for some reason, if we remove the tissue, the disorder gets worse. Yeah. So it's best treated with steroids and stuff.
So you live with it for the rest of your life?
Yeah, you have it for your
so just manage it?
Yes. Sometimes you will start using the steroids very frequently, and then as the disease process gets better, then you will use the steroids infrequently. But you have to get followed up basically for life, depending on how your symptoms are.
Is this a condition, these disorders, do you see a lot of that in your practice as a gynecologist?
Most of them, like the candidiasis and stuff, are common. In terms of the lichen sclerosis, not as much, but it's just to be aware of it. The issue is that most of the problems resolve with steroids. So then the issue is to make sure that you rule out the more sinister one, which would be by a vulval biopsy, and then you can start treating with the steroids. But they're not that common.
But so it's very important that from a very young age, girls begin to pay close attention.
Yes, and in terms of if you getting symptoms or like itching or discoloration and stuff.
Smell?
No. Sometimes if you have an odor, then that might point towards something else. Yeah.
I'm telling you, but it's critical that you pay attention.
Yes, please. Don't be long.
In paying attention, you discover this happening to you. You don't sit back and say, well, let me try some other topical things.
Yes,
Go
please.
to your doctor.
Yes, please.
And have it checked, because sometimes it could be leading to something that's far more serious.
Yes, please.
Which is the cancers that you've been talking about.
Yes. The lichen sclerosis usually has a 2-3% chance of cancer. Yeah, over 10-year plan.
And if you discover that, what's my real outlook?
Okay, the vulval cancers are extremely rare. That's the first thing. UK is about 1,300 a year. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not that common, but can occur. Most of the time it is curable, but it all depends on, as with any cancer, the stage that you get it at. But usually it's not one of the most pleasant ones to get based on where it is and how it presents. Yeah.
Is there a particular age demographic that you find present more so than any other with these vulval disorders?
Usually the older ladies. The yeast and stuff is with the younger population. In terms of the more serious stuff will be over 50 and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Barker, Dr. Barker, Dr. Barker. But ladies, now you know. Now you know you can do better. You know, and there's an opportunity for you to do better indeed. So Dr. John Barker, is always so good to see you. My OB,
Thank you.
YN, GYN, gynecologist, all that all in one. And my good friend, thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us
a
this
lot.
morning.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome,
Thank
as
you.
always.
All right, yeah.
Morning Barbados continues right after this.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game with Domino's and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
8 minutes to 7 o'clock, 8 minutes to the news time here on TV8. And of course, now we turn our attention, as this is Wellness Wednesday, to the state of men's health, in a sense. Because joining us right now is the man who leads the Men Empowerment Network Support, Fabian Sargent. Fabian, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson. Good morning, Barbados.
What's on your mind? We just dealt with vulval disorders for the women. Now we look at the men. What's on your mind this month of January that you think men need to pay greater attention to?
I think men need to pay attention to their emotional health.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Why do you say that?
Because I guess traditionally we've never been taught to tap into our emotions. Usually when you speak to a man, you ask, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man, I'm good.
Exactly, you know.
Yes.
All right, all right, okay. And I usually ask, what does that mean? And there's a big long pause. Means that they really don't know. I mean, it just seems like the go-to language.
Right.
It seems like the go-to thing to say. But really and truly, you really don't know what is going on. And the fact that men are unable to identify with the emotions, name their emotions, then it makes it difficult when it comes to the behaviors because they don't know how to act when they're feeling a particular way. So sometimes you may feel frustrated and you jump straight to anger.
One time.
It may not even be anger, but that is what you have been conditioned to identify with. So I think our emotional health, paying attention to how we are feeling, what we are feeling, and connecting with the people around us, that I think is what is extremely important for men.
But you know, we're up against a construct in society that says, but that's for girls, that's soft. How do you begin, or how are you working this through with the men who come to you for support so that you get them to tap in to that softer side of who they are?
Well, I don't say as a softer side. Right. I see it as a side where you are able to get a big sense of self-awareness. You know, it is who you are as an individual. We have played games we've acted for a long time. We call movie stars. You know, we walk around with a bunch of movie stars in Barbados. Yeah. We could got cameras all over the place because you never see the true individual. And I try to tell men, you know, understand who you are first. And if it is that you need to cry, if it is that you need to express the emotions, feel free to do so. Granted that, yes, you have to be careful with who you explore those emotions with because people can really pull you down, you know, but you must find the space to pay attention to your health, your mental health, emotional health, and ultimately who you are as a person because that influences how you interact with family, how you interact at work, how you interact as a parent, and even as a spouse.
The first reaction often is, I ain't talking.
Yeah.
I ain't talking. You're asking me to tap in and tell I ain't talking. So how do we begin the process of opening up our lips, opening up our hearts, opening up our feelings, and sharing it, feeling comfortable and trustworthy to share it with someone?
You can only share what you know. You can only share what you identify with. And that is why I spoke about self-awareness.
Yeah.
If you are not aware of something, you can't speak about it. If you are not sure about this thing, how can you verbalize it or tell somebody? So that is where I try to get people to tap into your strengths, tap into who you are. And, you know, for men's, what we do is that we create a safe space every single month,
Right.
something called Men's Talk, and that's what we really want to talk about today, where we allow men to come in a group space and reason as men. You know, they got the saying, iron sharpens iron, and traditionally, men would have gone to the blocks, men would have gone to the rum shops to share. We create this space every single month where men could come and talk in a professional space, express what is on your mind, and don't feel judged.
You hit nail.
Yeah,
on the head.
don't feel judged, and it is a confidential space. And I can tell you, we've been running these groups for just over 5 years, and not once can I tell you that the body business was ever mentioned outside of that group. And I really want to commend the men who attend every single month and who would share deeply for being there and being able to, I guess, adhere to the rules of the group, because that is extremely important. We as men, we must be accountable to ourselves, and integrity plays a big part in what we do.
You said it's about 5 years now. What kind of changes in the individuals who share have you seen over time?
Listen, I've seen men become a lot more caring. I've seen men become a lot more aware. I've seen men, I guess, connect with the family more. Furthermore, there are men who's called me nearly every day just to check in on me.
Nice.
I've never had that before. Sometimes ago, a guy will call me, yeah, guy, what going on? It's like, yeah, cool, man. Hoping that there's something else. He said, no, I just got to check on you. I hear you the last 24 hours. I like that, you know, it makes us smile. Like, as men, we don't do that. You know, you'll find the women were checking on one another, and that in itself is growth. That in itself is development for men. And if we as men could do that a lot more, I am telling you, we'll have a lot more relationships, you know. This Saturday, though, the 18th of January, we are starting our very first main stock for 2025.
Where is it?
It's going to be at the YMCA. We now have our own office. We have a full-time office. You know, after 5 years, we are growing. That in itself is growth for us as a men's organization in Barbados. And we want to encourage men to come out 5 o'clock at the YMCA. It is the third Saturday of every month for the rest of the year. So you can just put that in your calendar. And if you have something to share, just come down to the YMCA and join our main stocks. We are on social media in terms of the contact number, which is 850-6367. But we have something even more special. We've added a Christian men support group.
Fantastic.
You understand? And that is going to be on the first and the third, sorry, the second and the fourth Saturday of every month, starting from the 9th of February next month.
So starting in February. So every third Saturday, there's a general men's talk.
General men's talk.
And then from February, second and fourth for the Christian men's talk.
Yes, so that is Christian based. You know, those men. The church is the biggest collective group, really, organization in Barbados. And it would be injustice if we don't reach out to that group, if we really want to talk about men's support. And I know there are a lot of men who are involved in the church who would have come to our groups who would have been going through tremendous pressure within themselves because they think there's a standard to live up to. And oftentimes, if they don't do that, then they're so hard on themselves. And it really does something to their mental health. So we thought it necessary to team up with the YMCA. Have to give a big shout out to them for providing us with a space and for partnering with us on this Christian support group. And I'm excited about it because I think we as men, we start to move away from the religious and the spiritual side of life. And we have to understand that
that's
exists.
Also very important.
Regardless of the religion you follow, there is a spiritual side, and that has been the foundation for us men for a very, very long time.
And that's why these talks are so important, because it's about the balance of the two. Your brain and brawn is one thing, but your spiritual development is also very critical. So this Saturday, you're starting for 2025 at the YMCA, the men's talk. And what's the theme for this Saturday?
We're looking at drug abuse, a hard pill to swallow.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. So can we just walk in?
Yes, you can just walk in, just show up. If you want more information, we are on all social media platforms, Men Empowerment Network Support. Instagram is men's_246, or give us a call 850-MENS or 850-6367.
Simple Simon May, the pieman. Phoebe and Sergeant, we're going to leave it there. Really hope that more men turn up and turn out and really talk, because it's ensuring that we can learn from other perspectives and benefit ourselves as well. Thank you as always, and good luck with all the work this year, man.
Thank you as well.
You're very welcome. Morning Barbados continues with a look at the news in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
2 minutes after 7 now, let's take a look at some news. With expected increase in the construction industry, Berger Paints Barbados Limited intends to partner with stakeholders going forward. That's according to Chief Financial Officer Jamari Hippolyte, who was speaking during their Christmas is Better with Berger prize-giving ceremony.
Anyone driving through and driving across Barbados could see that significant amount of construction is taking place in the South Coast and on the West Coast as well. Our plan this year is directly to engage with the contractors. We will be participating and hosting some contractors engagement seminars where we could get to engage with the contractors directly and the architects and let them know the products that we have to support them in the building as well. And we expect that this year, 2025, will be an uptick over 2024 with the amount of construction that we see taking place.
Well, Mr. Hippolyte believes that last year they saw a 5% increase and their three colour shops compared with 2023.
Since the launch of those colour shops, which we renovated in 2022 and 2023, we have seen some uptick in that channel where persons get to come in and shop in the colour shop, engage with our team, get feedback on the colours, as well as just get information on our products. So we have seen the returns from that investment we made in our colour shop in the last 3 years.
Mount Zion's Missions Church is giving back to the community as it commemorates its 30th anniversary this year. Chief Executive Officer and founder Lucille Baird says this month the church will be paying bus fare for 120 commuters. She explained that the church will be visiting bus terminals 1 day a week, paying the bus fare for commuters on already identified routes. Dr. Baird spoke to the media about the good deeds yesterday at the Granville Williams bus terminal, where the church paid bus fare for 30 commuters.
In 30 years as a ministry that's community-minded, that has been engaged in community work for over 30 years. And so we want to be able to strengthen that community work by going out there and touching 30 persons in four areas of Barbados. We want to go full circle. We want to touch all of the parishes of Barbados. And so in order to do that, we're going from the north, the south, the east, and the west.
Dr. Baird says her church members are happy to sit with passengers and share the Word of God.
And to us, that is strength. To us, that makes us joyful. And we believe at the end of the day, God is glorified. Ultimately, that's the goal, that God be glorified and that souls be touched and challenged, and that the people of Barbados will feel blessed in this year, our 30th year as a ministry. God has given us a great word. He said to us it's our Jubilee year of fulfillment. And so we believe that we must do something different. He also said it's a new era for us and a new day. So in this new day, we're doing it differently. And God has instructed us to do this.
Now, a video circulating on social media of a woman being beaten by robbers has prompted the National Organization of Women to advise females to take precaution to protect themselves and their families. President Melissa Savory Gittins tells CBC News that women are concerned about that video and another showing a man ringing a doorbell at a house, reportedly in the wee hours of the morning. She's encouraging women to stay aware and alert, especially when walking on streets, and advises them to limit their distractions, particularly on cellular phones, when making daily rounds. A 43-year-old woman is dead following a road traffic collision. Divisional Commander for the Northern Division, Acting Superintendent Roland Cobbler, says the accident occurred around 3:30 yesterday along KNR Husbands Highway and its junction with Chapel Street at Speightstown. He says the woman, who was the driver of the vehicle, collided with a utility pole and died on the scene.
Our preliminary investigations reveal that the vehicle was traveling along the said road in a southerly direction when the vehicle collided with a utility pole. Unfortunately, the driver died here at the scene. Her 4-year-old son has not complained of any injuries. Our investigations will be continued into this matter. We appeal to anyone who may witness this collision to contact the District E Police Station at 419-1730.
Meanwhile, Wendell McLean, who is the cousin of the deceased, identified her as Tara Blackman and said she'd left work at Darrell Jordan Secondary School and was on her way to collect her other son.
The older boy is at Alexandra School, so he was waiting for his mother. And he got a call that something happened and he rushed out through another door. It's only afterwards we heard that the car was her car. So we came to investigate and found that the car is indeed her car. But other people who probably wanted to, or the other teachers or somebody who were in the vicinity, assisted in getting the younger child out.
Well, 2 men who were on the wanted list are now in police custody. In a statement, police say 17-year-old Amari Welch of First Avenue, Haynesville, St. James, and Mario Harris of Bartlett's Tenantry, Sergeants Village, Christchurch, are assisting them with investigations. Now to sports. There's a major change at the helm of the 2-time defending BFA Premier League champions Weymouth Wales ahead of the upcoming 2025 season. The top local football club, which also won the Champions Cup knockout tournament last season, is set to appoint Asquith Howell as its new head coach. The former Barbados Defence Force sports program boss has met with the Wales management and is expected to host a session with the players later. Well, that's a look at news. Now we'll have more news coming up at 12 noon here on CBC TV8. Morning Barbados continues right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We are 10.5 minutes after 7 o'clock. Time for us to celebrate winners. Oh boy, do we love to do that on Morning Barbados indeed. We would have just completed the 3rd edition of the BIM 10 cricket tournament. See, T20 is always on somebody's list with 10 overs aside. And so joining us this morning is Clint St. Hill, who is the tournament director, and members of the winning team in the captain Andre Marshall and Ryan Nurse, the coach of the Warriors. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Clint, I'll start with you. Tell me a little bit about the tournament, and are you happy with this outcome?
Yeah, elated with the tournament. This is our 3rd edition, like you would have mentioned. We were up at the Windward Cricket Ground for the very first time. The competition was fantastic and capped off with the final with the Warriors really having a brilliant day. So went right down to the last ball with Mardon Ben hitting a boundary to get his team over the line. So we had 16 days of really, really good cricket. The atmosphere was electric, so wonderful atmosphere up at Windward.
In terms of pulling such a tournament together, is it challenging? Is it easy? I'm sure it's for the love of it.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of moving parts. You have a lot of production going on in the background, so it's a little different from club cricket that we're accustomed to. It's essentially a semi-professional setup that we have. So, like I said, lots of moving parts, sponsors and partners to deal with, coaches, players, ground staff. So yeah, it's a lot, but it's rewarding. And at the end of the day, this is what we live for. We live for these moments that the Warriors would have experienced. So that's the pleasing part of it.
So how do you go about identifying teams? Because it's not a club team, it's a combination of players making a team. So how do you go about identifying who is a part of the BIM 10 tournament?
Yeah, so we have what we call as a draft. So we're, like I said, we're in our 3rd edition. So we have a draft every year before the tournament has started. There are 6 franchises. The franchises have 2 coaches. So they essentially dictate the draft and who is brought in. This year we had the option to retain 8 players from the previous edition, and then from then you would then select an additional seven players that would have been in the draft. So we had about 350 persons that actually would have registered across Barbados for the draft. So that's essentially how it's done.
How do you see this contributing to the development of cricket on the island?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. This year we would have included a bit of a clause where each franchise had to draft 2 21 and under players. So the Warriors would have had Edwin Currency Barnett. They also had a young man by the name of Zion Braffett. Both of them would have played national cricket as well. So they have been a big part of the success of this tournament. Seeing young guys like Nathan Seeley, who would have played for West Indies under 19 as well, Joshua Dorn, being a part of this tournament, that has been fantastic. The exposure for those players to be seen on a global stage. This is streamed even in the Asian market as well. Kadeem Aline, Kevin Wickham, those guys have been seen through this tournament. So it makes them a lot more marketable and does very well for their future and exposure.
Talking about being seen, we saw some images of some people from Cricket West Indies who were also there. I'm sure for you that is an exciting moment to know that they were there to watch.
Yeah, most definitely. Dr. Kishore Shallow, he would have been there at the final. So it's always good to have him. He came last year as well. He's been involved in cricket, not just at CW level, but he also gets around to these types of tournaments. So that was a major boost, having him being part of what we did last year and also this year.
So Andre, now your grilling is over. Andre, to you as the captain of the winning team. And this is the first time you've won, right?
Yeah, this is the first time our franchise has won, yeah.
Talk to me about that moment when those final runs were scored and you knew you were the winners.
Well, it all started from the beginning, you know. When we got there on the day, the coach really, throughout the tournament, he insisted that we trust the process and the result will take care of itself. So for us, no one expected us to get to the final anyway. And I think we tried better being the underdogs. So we knew what we had to do. The execution was there. And then on the day, we didn't get nervous, and it's all about who keeps calmest in those situations. The coaches are very calm, which gives us added, you know, confidence. And once we got down to that final over, I mean, first couple balls didn't go how we wanted it to, but then the guys kept their nerve, and we did it in the end.
So how do you do that? Because you're under the pressure of 10 overs. 10 overs and everything is thrown on the line here now. How do you talk to your members of the team as the game is unfolding? Because it's a strategy that happens minute by minute.
Yeah, so as I said before, you know, it's just about keeping calm. We knew from the get-go what we had to work with in terms of the equation. I was sitting next to the coach. I'm a very superstitious guy, so you know, I've been sitting next to him for majority of the tournament, and we've been winning. So for us, it was just the equation. We knew from the get-go, 121, at least let's get 10 runs and over just to get us through the power play and continue that momentum. And any other thing after that would be gravy, because we know extras are going to bowl in cricket. So those are additional runs that we can get added to the tally.
Ryan, you're one of those names known for cricket in Barbados and West Indies, and so coaching this team of youngsters really to play this game, how was that for you?
Well, last year I coached the same side last year. We come last. So this year I just say to myself and Roddy Eswate, the goal of this year is that to try to win the tournament. Don't get as further as we come last year. So we say that as we win the first one, we say, well, that is one step forward, win the second one, another step forward, win the third one, next step forward. Then we lost, and then everybody, like, we still was saying, don't worry about that loss, you know, understand? We could keep going and try harder.
Working up against the whole knowledge that last year you came last, I know for a lot of people that can really daunt your spirit. What were your techniques in motivating them to say, let's put last year aside, we have to focus on this year?
Well, I just say Roddy come to experienced coach. He bring enough things, enough his knowledge to the team, and he give other people some roles to fulfill. You know what I mean? Is that, as we say, it's 11 players, but sometimes it's only got three core players, and the rest would be stars. So you understand? So that's how we work. That's how we work for the whole tournament.
Team selection, because it's a franchise that you're building. How was that in terms of identifying exactly who you wanted to comprise the Warriors?
Well, with team selection, as we know most of the players, but we had to by game and try to fit who could do this role and who could do what role. That when we get to the semi-final stage, and the final stage, we know our exact 11 that will play on the day.
And so, Andre, now that you reflect on your win, and the cup is right before you, how did it feel to hold it high, loftily above everyone else because you're now the winners?
It was a great feeling, surreal to be honest, especially playing in front of such a massive crowd, and that's, I know St. Hill could probably allude to that. That's probably the biggest crowd we've seen in quite some time, and it was really good to see that Barbadians came out. You know what, there was a lot of talk about Windward being too far, but for me, nowhere is far in Barbados. But it was really good to be in front of the supporters. Everyone, even after the game, coming and congratulating you, and even some of the dignitaries as well that were around. We saw some senators and so on, some ministers there, and it was really good to get, you know, a pat on the shoulder from them in terms of the show that we put on, to be honest.
And I'm sure, as Ryan would have said, you know, coming from last to first this time around, the individual players, tears would come to one's eye, just knowing that you've just made a quantum leap from last to first.
Yeah, correct. And as the coach said, you know, last year we knew that we were rock bottom. This year, as he said, Roddy came in well for experience in terms of winning, having that winning formula. So we knew that all of us are individuals, yes, but we know that once we perform our individual roles and come to the table together, everyone achieves more, basically. And that's all about a team, and that's how a team works. So we knew the exact combination we wanted to get in on the final, the semi-finals and the finals, because the semi-finals was a very exciting game as well.
Yes.
So once we had that, we knew that we would have done our best on the day.
Now knowing that you all know the target, you're now the target for the next edition of BIM 10. What's the strategy, Ryan? Let's start with you. What's the strategy so that you maintain this winning formula now?
Well, I just say we go back to the drawing boards and see where we do well and where we could do better, for the next season.
Mm-hmm. But is it possible that it could be the same team? I mean, it's a draft, so therefore anything is possible.
Anything is possible. It could be the same players, or it could be
Some
somebody
other new ones. Andre, what would you prefer?
For me, I think what worked well for the Warriors for the 3 seasons. Yes, we came last year, but I think the nucleus of the team stayed together. So now that there is the possibility of retaining players, I think that might be the strategy. I'm hoping that is the strategy.
Coach.
But in terms of the draft, some teams will be able to pick some persons before you. I'm sure that some persons will be stolen. But I think once we keep the nucleus of the team together, a lot of us guys play cricket together. We know one another well. So it's basically just a matter of replication and execution to ensure that we stay at the top.
Well, you guys have found the winning formula. And I'm sure people are peeping into your rooms, don't try to figure what was that formula. Let me see because they've left notes anywhere. And certainly we want to commend you on your win and hope that formula works for next time.
Yeah.
Now, Clint, Andre just spoke a little bit about the celebrities, the other people who turned up and the massive crowd. Did it surprise you?
No, definitely not. St. Philip is a very popular parish when it comes to cricket. So, as he said earlier, there are a few rumblings, it is far and what's not. But for me, never in doubt. Bainbridge is a very beautiful ground. There's lots of seating around. So it creates that atmosphere. And if you listen to a lot of real cricketing purists, they will tell you that, cricket needs to get back to the communities and what's not. So Bainbridge is the ideal place for that. And we did really well. Even after the game, there were hundreds of people that still stuck around hours after. So yeah, it was almost a party, really and truly. So yeah, everyone had a fantastic time, and I'm sure everyone's looking forward to the next edition.
Is there anything about this year's tournament that you think you can look at to tweak for next time around to improve on?
Yeah, definitely our visibility. We can do a little bit better where that is concerned in terms of our local and regional markets and even international actually. So that's one of the things that we definitely could improve upon. We created some partnerships with some local companies here. So we definitely want to improve on that, deepen those relationships, and maybe create and foster some new ones. Because that was really going to help to drive this tournament and help the tournament to take off and be better for everybody involved. So those are the things on the table.
It's exciting times indeed. And so Andre and Ryan, it's not a community because you're all drawn from all over the place, but who gets to keep the cup? Where's the story? Is that your house, Andre?
No, my house.
Coach. He like Ryan says, my house.
Yeah, but that go to my coaching collection of the white ball champion coach and best white ball coach in Barbados. The stats speak for itself. So I just keep it at home into my trophy cabinet.
I like that, my house. I like that. Is there a different approach to T10 versus T20? What's that difference?
Well, T20 you got a lot of time.
A little more time,
but T10 you don't have that much time at all. Games change very fast. One day you could be doing good in the next minute, 3-4 wickets fall, and you still gotta, not really rebuild, but you put yourself under that sort of pressure.
And that's what makes it more exciting.
More exciting.
Did you feel the excitement, Andre, or was it just
definitely.
work?
No, definitely. For me, playing cricket for a number of years, it's all about just adjusting to the formats. As the coach said, it's less time in T10 cricket. T20 cricket, you have a lot more time to rebuild. The strategy, again, for the Warriors was not to worry too much about getting out, especially for the batsmen. And because it's only 60 balls. So just get out there, what you have to do, execute. And we trust the process and worry about the result after.
You sound like a good thinker, a man who strategizes in his head all the time. How was that for you as the captain of your team this time, or was it was it easy managing those fellas and getting them to achieve what you want, what you were thinking, or is it something that takes a while for you to translate in such a way that they understand?
And for me, as I said, we play cricket with each other a lot. There was one overseas player, but he integrated into the team very easily. Once the coaches told us what the idea was, we always knew what the plan was, and it's just a matter of execution. For me, it's just managing personalities, and that's never an easy task. But once everybody's on the same level playing field, we can go. Once we cross the lane, we know what we have to do. We know the job at hand, and we need to execute.
On our screen, we're watching some of the game, the final, and you see the score was 60-1. And who's that who are the batting team here now?
That's
Warriors.
us. Yeah, that's the Warriors.
That's you guys.
That's what we're chasing. Yeah.
And somebody just walked off the field with a quack, 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 quack. And so, you feel the tension at that particular given time. But as I said, when those winning runs were scored, I know you're watching the scoreboard, you know that you're coming on to one ball. One ball left, boys, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this because we want to win. And then, packs, it's off. Did you know that you'd won?
Yeah, well, to be honest, when Maradona struck the ball, everyone just ran on the field because we knew it was going for 6. We knew it was going for 6, and even if you were to see the footage from the time he hit the ball, he ran, he started to run to us. So we knew already, and I mean, as I said, it was a really fantastic feeling. It felt like, pressure had raised off our shoulders because, as you said, and everyone knows, we came last year, so we needed to make a statement this year. We really did. And
with a statement with an exclamation mark at the end, because you are the champions now. The Warriors are the champions of the 3rd edition of the BIM 10 tournament. I got to really close my eyes to make sure I don't tongue tie there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On your win, and I'm excited for what happens in the 4th edition, and I want to see how you guys come back and win again.
Definitely.
Beat them one more time to show them you've got the winning formula. Ryan Nurse, thank you so much, and all the best with the formula that you've been able to create with your team. Andre Marshall, the captain of the Warriors team, and Clinton Hill, the tournament director. Well done, well done, well done. Congratulations all around. Yes, Ryan?
I was just saying that thank the supporters, the little supporters we had up Mainward, that nobody was not really backing us for the tournament. Just a few people, even when we win would get very quiet. Very quiet, you understand? So
unbelievable.
We would get very quiet because we just beat the defending champions 2 years in a row. So we're the only team that beat them 3 times in the competition.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're the only team that beat them 3 times in the competition. So that's very good for the players and everyone who was supporting us. And I just thank BIM 10 for doing a beautiful tournament like that. I just figured that they could do a little bit more. Looking at the Caribbean, all the champions that win BIM 10, we could play for a trophy if they could put that opinion to BIM 10. You know what I mean? All the people that win BIM 10 in the Caribbean, we just play a champion, and that will move from there.
Clint, is that you?
Well, that would be a situation where we obviously have to get together with the other T10s around the region, but it's a really good idea, and as Ryan said, that then gives further incentives for persons to win, and be able to go on a regional stage to then say, yeah, I'm the best T10 side in the region. So yeah, it's something that has been spoken about, and hopefully we can get all the other nations to come together and get it done.
All right, we're watching the final ball here now. Take a look, folks. Take a look. Wax. And off it goes.
But that was the second last
one.
Listen, technical crew, listen. All right, so that's the second last. So get ready for it. Get ready for it. The boys are just knocking because we know what's happening now, right? Right, Andre?
Yeah.
We know what's happening now. And that's a replay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a replay. That's all right. That's okay. So we know right away that we have how many more runs to make?
It was 6 off the line.
6.
And you see you ran there?
That's it. That's it right there.
Victory! For the first time, the Warriors are champions of BIM 10 cricket. Mario Ben, forget your name. Today, you are a savior.
Wow.
Beautifully played by Ben.
So there it is. There it is. You relived your glory just now. Ray, you won't cry?
No.
So that's part of the excitement. We are working to try to get it to TV very, very soon, so that everyone can see that moment, those moments as the game changed direction all throughout. Indeed, so the BIM 10 tournament is now complete for the third time. Fourth edition is next year.
This year. So the dates haven't been finalized yet. We usually wait on the BCA to conclude their season. Yeah, so as soon as that has been concluded, then we will be back again.
Talk to us early.
Yeah,
Talk to us early.
Definitely.
All right, so we can see how we can be a part of it as well.
Yes, great.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. It's good to have winners on the set. That cup looks so good, Ryan.
Thank you.
So good, Ryan.
Thank you.
That is going to be on your shelves. Ryan, there's Andre Marshall and Clinton Hill. Thank you so much again, and well done on this BIM 10 tournament. And we look forward to more. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's 7:30. Morning Barbados continues in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game with Domino's and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
28 minutes now to go to 8 o'clock. I asked you a question at the top of the show. We've been talking about it. I hope you've been thinking about it. I am easy to lift, but very hard to throw. Who or what am I? Call now, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Let's see if you've been able to work out the answer. You've had a lot of time. So let's see if you've been able to work that answer out. I am easy to lift, but very hard to throw. Who or what am I? I know you've been smart in trying to find your answer. I am very easy to lift, but very hard to throw. Who or what am I? Good morning. Hello. Hello. Just turn down the volume around you so we can hear each other very clearly. All right. I'll really appreciate if you do that. When you do call and we answer, turn down the volumes. Good morning. Hello.
Yes, please. Hi, good morning, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm pretty okay for now.
Wonderful. You know how I do it. First name and the parish you're watching us from.
Wesley.
Wesley from?
St. George.
St. George. Wesley of St. George. You think you know the answer?
Yes, please.
What's the answer?
Feather. Yeah, feather.
No, Wesley, I'm being serious now. What's the answer? Wesley?
The answer?
Yeah.
The answer is a feather.
And I'm going to tell you one more time. I'm being very serious. What is the answer?
Oh, boy.
You're really serious, Wesley? You're being serious?
Yeah, I'm serious about the feather, yeah.
Why are you being so serious about the feather?
Oh, feather is light. It is easy to lift.
Cotton.
Hard to fly.
A cotton ball, thread, all of that is easy to lift and throw too? And difficult to throw?
Sir.
But you figure it's a feather?
Yes, please.
Where did you find this answer, Wesley?
Say again?
Where did you...
I have some problems with your transmission.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but where did you find your answer, Wesley?
No, I just came up with it because I know the feather is very light, but it's hard to throw.
And there was no other option at all for you? It was always feather?
There might be, but that just came to me, feather.
All right, Wesley, I will take your word here. But thank you, Wesley, for watching. You're absolutely right. Well done, Wesley. That's
Okay,
the
thank
answer.
you.
You're welcome, my brother. See? A man is the winner. Ladies, that just kidding, you indeed. But I have another question still to come. Don't worry, we'll come to that in just a moment. So stand by to engage even further with us in a moment. 25 minutes now to go to 8 o'clock. So we turn our attention to a young man who we've all seen. He has written books on books. Adrian this and Adrian that and Adrian the third. But I'm coming to that. But would you believe he's sitting across from me right now? His name is Mario Herbert, but we know him now as King Sink. Mario, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Pearson, and good morning, Barbados.
Good to meet you in person.
Yes.
It took these years for you to walk in here and come and sit across from me.
Yes.
That's all right. So how has it been?
It has been kind of hectic in terms of just having different projects that are always going, but I would say it has been fun.
How is it managing all of these different projects that you have balls thrown in the air all the time and you're juggling beautifully? Yeah. How is it for you?
It is essential to have a roadmap. So at any point in time, I can always tell you this month, this year, this is what I'm going to be launching.
Really?
If I don't do that, things don't get launched because it is harder to pace.
Yes.
So having a roadmap, you always know, okay, I have to start working upon this now so that this is finished and able to launch this month, and it helps you pace. So a roadmap.
So that roadmap, do you build that roadmap the year before for the coming year, or do you do it, how do you do it? At what times?
Well, no, that roadmap is done a couple years.
Oh.
A couple years ahead. So when I first met you with the first book, I already had like book 4 and 6 were already mapped in, and I already had the album was already mapped in.
Really?
That I would launch that after I launched the books.
So you already now here today, the 15th of January, you're clear in your mind what you will be doing on December the 15th.
On December the 15th.
You don't have to tell me just a yes or no. Yeah?
Yes, I do.
You're clear in that strategy?
Yes, I do.
Wow. And that works for you?
Yes, it definitely does.
I mean, we all have plans. We all have an idea of the things we would like to do. But to be so definite in saying, you know what, in March, this I need to accomplish and to settle to do so, I think we waver as we go, but it works for you.
Well, I will say this. I have found in life there are lots of us that are very efficient and very productive on our jobs because someone else creates order.
Right.
And says, this is what I want, delivered this date. And then we come home to push our own projects and somehow we can't quite be that
organized as we were then.
But it is really that you have to create the order. And in lots of cases, we are not accustomed creating our own order. We are kind of used to somebody else ordering us. You know.
That's an interesting perspective, my friend. So, Mario, talk to me about this new, you said album, and getting this all together. Rhythms of the Times.
Rhymes,
Pearson.
Rhymes for the Times.
For the Times.
Yes.
That's the name of the album that you've put together. What's it about?
Okay, so there are lots of people that would tell you that we live in trying times. You know, they would point to things they think are worse now. And what I have put together, I have some rhymes that kind of help to get you through times that might not be the most favorable times, right? But it is really about hope, and you actually being able to have hope regardless of what is happening around you. It is not so much what is happening around you, but it is who you are going through it with.
And so in your rhymes for the times, who are you going through it with?
Right. So we are going through it with God, you know. So so it would be classified as Christian rap, right? Where it is really saying you have a relationship with Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter what is happening around you. Your peace, your joy, it is not hinged upon the external conditions. It is hinged upon what is happening internally, right?
So there's a lot of self-reflection, so to speak.
Yes.
So you take the time to form that relationship with Jesus, and he guides you through it all. So your rap attempts to bring peace to those who listen to it. And then there's the name King Sink.
Yes.
What does that mean? How did you stumble upon this name?
Well, it did take me a couple years to come up with it, but you know, I would say that rap generally is a very self-aggrandizing genre.
Yes, yes.
And the name King Sink keeps me grounded. Is a constant reminder that even though I am one person that is here on your set, King Sink is not a solo act. It is a duo.
Oh,
it
in
is
sync with.
Right, in sync with the king. So it's a constant reminder for me that it is never me trying to come up with what I think is going to be entertaining.
Right.
But always starts with what is it I think God would like to have said? And then I make that entertaining so that it's really this intertwined walk with God that you are always getting in every song, every album.
So how do you stop yourself from taking over? God says, but I will do it this way instead. Do you find yourself sometimes with that challenge?
I am going to say not really, because...
Oh, lucky you are.
Well, because, truth be told, I in terms of what I do musically, I can't do it outside of God. I am the least likely person to be doing this.
Why do you say that?
Well, I got this calling from all back in school, where I just felt this strong pull. I need to rap, but I wasn't somebody that was into music, and I wasn't into rap. So it's not that I liked this genre and I said I would like to do it. I kind of got this call to do something that I wasn't even in and I didn't know anything about. So it's like, honestly speaking, I would sit down and play back the music I have done, and I sit down and I marvel that I actually made this, because the product that I end up with is, you know, to hear that product and hear what I started with is always mind-blowing, but it's just the inspiration God gives. So I would never tell you that I am this big musician, but through just relying upon God, I am able to not only write lyrics, but to compose the actual music, record, mix, and even shoot and edit the music videos also, and it is just God.
Right.
So I honestly don't even try to tell myself I could do this myself.
Yes, yes.
You know.
Well, let's take a look at this video produced by King Sink. And what's the name of the song?
Rhymes for the Times.
Rhymes
Yeah.
for the Times.
coming with good news. You can cope whatever comes your way. Let God introduce you to a hope that the one can slay. Days seem invincible, but problems are fixable. Financial to medical, God is invincible. Might inexplicable, that's unequivocal. This hope is available with scope unconditional. These are the rhymes for the times that we're in today. We're in the prime of the signs that are on display. These bars and lines are so sublime because of what they say. You can shine if you know the way. Jesus is the way, the truth, the life that's needed for these times. And I have to say this in the book, preceded by divine anointing. You can play this for the youth who need it for our times. These are the rhymes for the times. Moping or miserable, my God is the pinnacle of hope. So invincible, this hope is unsinkable. Maybe you're a cynical or sway analytical. You may say it's typical, cliche, or that is mythical. You can doubt the Bible, but you can't doubt experience of proving my survival lies in God. It makes perfect sense. Now I've seen my rivals come to failure from recompense. God has brought revival to my soul and I'm off the fence. Let's get clinical. We set eyes on the physical, but you can bet the principle. Reality is spiritual, mentality critical for hope to become visible. Fathom the unthinkable. My God, He is so integral. These are the rhymes for the times that we're in today. We're in the prime of the signs that are on display. These bars and lines are so sublime because of what they say. You can shine if you know the way. Jesus is the way, the truth, the life that's needed for these times. And I have to say this in the book, preceded by divine anointing. You can play this for the youth who need it for our times. These are the rhymes for the times. If it's permissible, I have this additional verse that's Levitical, rehearsed to the syllable. God's the original, power of political, tower of medicinal, shower so hospitable. It doesn't matter who you are right now or what you've done. God says your laughter can be greater than your previous run. Forget the chatter from the haters, He's already won. Darkness will scatter when Creator God unveils His Son. His love immeasurable from us, inseparable. Plus it's preferable. Relationships so pleasurable, it's undeniable. He is reliable, His principles are viable, linkable, applicable. These are the rhymes for the times that we're in today. We're in the prime of the signs that are on display. These bars and lines are so sublime because of what they say. You can shine if you know the way. Jesus is the way, the truth, the life that's needed for these times. And I have to say this in the book, preceded by divine anointing. You can play this for the youth who need it for our times. These are the rhymes for the times.
And it's catchy. King Sing, well done.
Thank
Who's
you.
worked on this production with you?
Wow. It was my wife and I, really. The singer for the background vocal, her name is Cherish Ramsey, right? And mastered at Future Records.
Well done, well done. I'm dared still to call you Mario. Mario, well done.
Yeah,
King Sink is his performance rapping name. He's a rapper, King Sink.
Yes.
It's religious rapping, so it's not the offensive type that sometimes you would hear. I think you're so creative, and I don't know, again, where you find the time to have all this in your head pouring out, but you have a plan which you work to, and you do it very, very well, Mario. All the very best to you going forward, and thank you for, again, inciting something positive for all of us to engage. And it's good for the children as well, because I can hear them chanting along as they go, rapping along with you, and it's easy and catchy. Well done.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Please, thank you.
You're welcome. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I don't think we'll ever tire of saying good morning to you, indeed. And always thank you so much for watching us at Morning Barbados. We're 9 minutes now to go to 8 o'clock. And with us at the CBC, Thursdays are always a big, big, big day. You got that right. And it's a big day in Barbados as well for those of you who are watching from overseas. So as you're planning to come home for regathering, plan to also spend some time and catch a Thursday Q in the community. There's one every single Thursday for 50 weeks of the year. 50 weeks, yeah, 52 weeks a year. 50 weeks of a year, there's going to be a queue in the community near you. And so coming up this Thursday, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, the queue in the community is going to be hosted at the Amber Room, and that's at Dratts Hall in St. George. It's right there, the Amber Room, Dratts Hall, St. John. It was once called the White Rabbit Bar. So if you knew it as the White Rabbit Bar, that's where you're going. That's the location, but it's now known as the Amber Room. So get ready to go out tomorrow to dance your life away, to eat, to drink, to socialize, to just have a really, really good time in the Amber Room, formerly known as the White Rabbit Bar. That's in Dratts Hall, St. George. If you're unfamiliar with the location in terms of driving yourself there, you can head over to the Granville Williams Terminal to gate number 1. There are buses. The Q bus will take you to the location. The Q bus will take you back from the location back to the terminals as well. And the first bus will leave from gate number 1 at the Granville Williams Terminal at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. So be there early o'clock. Now, the whole activity really starts from around 11, and we want you to be a part of Q in the community. Now, that will be broadcast on Q 100.7 FM tomorrow from 12 noon until 5. So it's going to be quite a whole long day for you to enjoy yourself, but you dance your night away. So though the broadcast wraps up at 5, you can be there until you say when. But tomorrow, we're going to the Amber Room, Dratts Hall, St. George, and having a good time for Q in the community. You can watch it if you can't, for those of you overseas, on the Facebook page Q 100.7 FM. So that's that. We covered? Now, tomorrow, Thursday, as well, here on TV8, is going to be episode 2 of Carnival Catwalk. If you watched last week's episode, and at the end when that young lady was at home, you saw the shock on her face. I don't think she expected to have that result from the judges. But just to watch the drama unfold is going to be riveting. So at 3 minutes after 8 o'clock tomorrow, episode 2 of Carnival Catwalk. Do not miss it right here on TV8. I have a question. 228-5562 or 228-5563. This one easy too. This is so easy. But this is one I really want to hear you weigh in on. That question is, now if a stranger in a car handed you an envelope with $100,000 in it and drove away, what would you do? For real, tell me. Let me hear your conscience unburdened on you now. So let me hear you. Talk to me, and tell me, if a stranger in a car handed you an envelope that contained $100,000 in it, and then they drove off and left you with this envelope in your hand, what would you do? What would you do, for real? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Would you take it and run? Would you take it and run after them? Would you jump for joy? What would you do? I want to hear. Or would you simply say that? Someone said to me, but you're already going straight to the bank with it. Or would you say it as a prank and you wonder, wait, hold on, what's this about? What would you do? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Come, talk to me. Tell me, what would you do if a stranger drives up to you in a car, passes you an envelope with $100,000 in it and gone? What would you do? What would you do? Good morning. Hello.
Peace be unto you and yours.
Likewise to you, Gail. How are you today?
Thankful for life.
Good girl. So what would you do?
I'd be shocked.
And?
I will hold it.
Uh-huh. And?
Take it home and keep looking all the time to find out if the person can come back or if somebody can come for me.
That sounds fair, you know, Gail. That sounds fair. You're honest. And if they don't show up in about 2 days, what would you do?
Not 2 days, no, not 2 days. It's longer than that. I can hold it for a little while, boy, not me.
How long are you going to hold it for?
Maybe months. You never could tell.
Months?
Yeah, but you don't suppose the body know me and just give me maybe a hold up or whatever. And then I come back and they don't have it, then I gone.
So you're
my whole life gone.
So you're going to give them 2 months or so?
Maybe even longer.
Man, you making this what, on $100,000?
But it is not mine.
So?
No, Pierce. These days it's funny now.
All right, Gail, thanks a lot. You're being honest. You're welcome. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Car drives up next to you, opens the window, passes you an envelope. This person with $100,000 in it, and they're gone. Left you with this envelope in your hand with $100,000. What would you do? Serious as a judge. Tell me, what would you do? Good morning. Hello.
Morning.
Hi, what would you do?
Yes. So when I foolishly take it up front, I will then take that to the police station.
Why?
Because I don't know who the person is.
Uh-huh.
And I remember years ago, I found a brown packet with some money in it, and I took it straight to Central.
And?
I can't tell you how much money was in it, but I know it was money.
So you would not see this as a gift?
No, definitely not. We don't get $100,000 gifts.
Who says that an angel wasn't sent to you?
Oh, God will have to tell me that.
So therefore, would you take it home and pray on it and say, God, is this from you? Is this from you?
No. Not in this climate we're living in now.
Oh, so you're frightened?
Oh, definitely.
It's just too much too soon?
Probably.
So if it was $100, would you react the same?
I would, definitely.
With $100?
With $100, yeah.
You will run off to the police station with $100?
Even with the machines the machines you put money in, I carried up back money that came out.
Okay, well, yeah, I understand that. I would too. All right, so you sure you don't have something you want to do with this $100,000?
Oh, there's so many things you can do with it. But if it's for me, God has another way of doing it.
So you will talk to God first?
Yeah.
And then decide if to go to the police station?
Correct.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. Have a good day. You guys are fun.
All right.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. You guys are so much fun. Listen, we're taking a break and we're coming right back.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So the conversation continues even on the studio floor. What would I do with this $100,000? What would I do with it? There are things to do. There are things to do. All right, folks, don't forget, we're still looking for some interesting, enterprising young people. If you know any, do send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. We'll be happy to showcase those exciting, enterprising young people in our community who are doing positive things. That's our time today. Our little crew says thanks to all of you. We're looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning. Until then, good morning, Barbados.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.